Hey guys, what's up? Megan Mouse here, and I'm going to show you how you can actually make a Google form. So, I absolutely love using Google Drive. I do almost everything in here. And one thing to know is that you just need a Gmail account to actually utilize it for free. Until you get to like a massive amount of storage, you actually won't need to pay a single penny for using Google Drive. And you can do everything from creating documents that are stored on a cloud to creating forms. It's just such a great storage tool. So, what we're going to do is we're going to actually create what's called a Google form. So I love this. You can also use things like Typeform, but this is just one of the simplest ways that you can create a form without having to get super technological or nerdy, and geeking out before the time is ready. Really, until you're making a couple thousand a month, or have at least a couple thousand a month in revenue in product sales, you really don't need to get all fancy with it, right? Keep it simple, keep it duplicatable for you until the timing is right. So what you're going to do is go right here. And what we're doing right now is we're building a Black Friday VIP list sign up form. So the goal of this, like we talked about in our training video, if you watch that, is actually using this as a way to collect leads information. And so let's go ahead and start. So you can just label this Black Friday VIP list, and you can even put like Megan's, Black Friday VIP list. You can change the color of it. I'm going to do red. Maybe I'll do silver or light gray. And then I'm going to title this up there. Perfect. Okay, you can put a description here. Now, right here, this is where you can put something like, thank you for joining my VIP list. In exchange, you will receive, a drawing point into the grand prize of $100 in free product, right? This is just an example. You can put a little bit more information here if you want, but again, keeping it super simple. You want to ask them for their first name, and you want to put their last name in a separate column, because if you ever do upload these leads, that way it will actually upload properly. You want to get their email, and you want to get their phone number. So all I'm doing here is just clicking this little button. You can do so much here. I mean, you can make this bold, right? You can make the questions, mandatory and not mandatory. Right now, they're short answers. This is at the bare minimum what you want, but I always think it's really good to add some sort of pre-qualifying question. Like, it could be like, just curious, would you like more information on any of the following? I don't know if that's the best verbiage, but you'd be like, please keep me up to date on future sales for the best prices. It could be, I'd love to learn more about how I can earn free product credit. Maybe you have like a referral program, or you do parties, or you do referral posts. I'd love to learn more about generating side income online, or you could put just income. It doesn't have to be side income. And I'm going to make this multiple choice actually. And like I said here, like the required. So this question, I definitely am going to make these required, because this is the whole point. And then I can leave this one optional too, so that way it's like, okay, if they don't want to fill that out, I'm not losing them. And then I can put all of the above. And this would give them the option to either pick one or all the above. So you can kind of play around with this, and you could do, depending on what kind of questions you want. But I like this because then now you have leads that you wouldn't even know that maybe are even already customers. Like, oh, they'd love to learn about the business. I had no idea. This is a qualified lead. This is a lead who's asking you like, hey, yeah, actually, I would like to learn more. So absolutely love surveys. I have an entire podcast actually that I can link about how to use surveys to grow your business. When you're ready for more types of surveys. But they're really great ways to input into your business, not just for Black Friday as like a VIP list sign up form, but surveys to kind of survey your audience. Again, you can use these as ways for your customers. Is like, hey, I've got a thank you survey. Would you fill this out? Again, you could do a monthly raffle. It could be a $10 Starbucks gift card. Don't overcomplicate it. Super simple. It keeps you in rapport and relationship with your audience. Okay. Another question you could ask, which especially if most of the people, or shall I say, have either already been exposed to your product or are customers, you can ask like, what products are you using or most interest you, right? Something like that. And that's where you can list out like your hero products or your categories of products. If you have different categories, you could be like weight loss, fitness, or you might put like my super fancy unicorn weight loss powder, my super exciting pre-workout. You could list like the hero products so that they can select either one or all. So that now okay, what are they really wanting the deal on? So when the deal's released, now you can really segment those people. Segmented marketing has a much higher response rate, and what that means is that instead of just marketing to your list as a whole, you're specifically designing your marketing catered to each segment, meaning now all the people who said like weight loss, you can message them with a certain marketing message. Now all the people that said pre-workout and fitness, you can message them with a different message about maybe a fitness pack that's on sale, right? So that's super important. So it's not just about capturing the lead, it's about nurturing and marketing to them, but it's also about how can you segment them. And these are ways right here that I've showed you, these two questions that you can segment. So I'll just put some examples: fitness, health, and gut. Now, obviously, you may have makeup, you may have, Tupperware, you may have, it's a totally different product. You may have travel. You may put, if you have travel, maybe you're putting like what types of destinations most interest you, or you may put like, why is it important to take a trip for you and your family. Now, that wouldn't be a question that you can necessarily segment into like a category, right? Because these questions are creating buckets. If you created kind of more of a long form answer, those are questions that will just help you identify with that lead. And you use those a lot, especially in those kind of like apply to work with me surveys, things like that. So keep it simple. Don't add too much to this kind of Black Friday, because the goal is you want them to just you want it to be an easy, friction-free process to capture, because then you can gather more information on the back end. Your goal is, how can I capture that lead? So again, you can change, different things in here. You can view how it shows. You could put a picture in here. You could do a lot of things to edit it. But basically all that you'll do is then you'll hit send. And now you can even shorten this link. And this is the link that you will have to send to people to join your VIP list. So pretty easy. And then once you actually have responses, you'll see you can link it to Sheets here. And I'm going to do that. It's going to open up a sheet. And now I have an Excel. Ooh, fancy. It's in purple. I have an Excel that now I could go in here, and let's say I had a bunch of responses and I'm like reaching out to them and maybe they tell me certain information. I can make notes as I'm working through the leads. Now I can go to File and I can download this as what's called a CSV, comma separated values. If I were going to upload this to a CRM, a customer management system, or an email list, even Gmail or YouTube or Yahoo, so that I can email these leads too. So again, that way you're not kind of, working off just like pieces of papers, especially for vendor events or expos. I like to use surveys because now I can capture the information and I don't have to like input my leads information, right, one by one manually. So super helpful. Again, you guys keep it simple. I hope that this was helpful. Can't wait to see you rock your VIP list. Let's go.